Why?
They can.
What?
They can.
I can see June in like 4 or 5 weeks.
Anything else?
Oh, just the
You want a copy?
Yes, please.
That's Lisa. Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, too.